Welcome to DHM video number 4. So today we're going to start from where we left off the last video. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the prototype item and move that into the closed queue because we completed that in the last video. Next we're going to work on the converting that to a prototype YAML pipeline. Move that into active, which assigns it to me. And first of all, I need to check that I have multi-stage pipeline feature enabled. That's how you do it. So now I can go into pipelines and I'm going to duplicate this tab first of all. I'm going to create a new pipeline. I'm going to create a new pipeline this time on GitHub. I'm going to use DHM. And this has an out-of-the-box Python Django application, so we're going to start with that. So I may not have needed to pocket with my I may not needed to have proof of concepted it with the classic editor. I didn't know that this one existed. Pretty awesome. So this looks like it's going to be on a trigger for the master branch. We'll come back to what the triggers are going to be later on. The strategies, it means it's going to run it 3 times for version 3.5, 3.6 and 3.7 with 3 parallel builds. I don't actually need to do that, but we might as well leave it and see what it does. The settings, it is exporting the project path and it's running a bit of a script. Nice one. It's installing and then running the tests and then publishing the test results. Cool. Let's see what happens if we run this one. We're going to commit this one directly to the master branch for now. Again, we're in early stage development. You don't do this later on, but for early stages of development, we're gonna exist on the master branch. There's only me developing and getting it ready so far. It's going to create a pipeline, save it, it's going to commit it directly to the repo. So we've got a new master branch ID there. So while this is running, I'm going to click that button. That should take me through to the new master branch, new commit that we've created on GitHub, which I can again add to my tasks. So I'm tracking the work that's been associated with the work item tasks. We add a GitHub commit. And save and close that. And if we go back to our pipeline, that failed. Okay. Our tests failed because no such file or directory for requirements.txt. So if we're looking at this, it looks like we haven't got a requirements file, which is the root cause of this problem. So what we're going to do is go back into our code editor. We will pull in the latest changes from Git. So I'm going to fast forward to the latest version. We're in the root of the folder for the project, and we're going to do a pip freeze. We'll put that into the requirements file. If we have a look at that new file, it should have Django in there, and a couple of other bits that it's installed. So now we can do a git status, and it will show us that one new file. Add that file. We're still doing trunk-based development without branching at the moment. Until we get to the point where we're actually going to do some features, real features of this application. I'm just shortcutting it slightly while we go along. So now that should have now fired off a new build. So we've got a new build running. If we have a look at this, we'll watch the 3.6 because I think that's the important one. Install prerequisites. We should see this time that it has installed Django. But we've got a package resources missing. Okay, fast forward this bit. I just want Django in there. We now have a successful build, but it's not building correctly on 3.5. Great, okay. Cool. So, at this point, what I'm going to do is we're going to have a look at the Azure pipeline. Change that to 2, and we're only going to run it for a matrix of 2 versions, 3.6 and 3.7. should fire off another build. Which this time should pass. Excellent. So we now have a passing build, even though it's not producing any tests. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my team sprint. I've got a build. What feature should I put this under? Go back to my boards. Have a look at my feature, my stories. I've got a basic Django app. Ooh, should have set that and that to in progress. I've got a whip limit of 5, work in progress limit of 5, and I've got 3 inactive. So my basic Django application has got 3 tasks, and I believe all 3 of those are now complete. But I'm going to add a 4th task to it. At this point, I'm going to add it in this interface. Let's click there. I can see the ones I've already got. You notice they've been marked as stroke through because they've been completed. And we've been using different interfaces to work with the same work items. But I'm going to add another work item here. I'm going to add basic test. And we will come back to that later on.